Hey guys, it's me, Waddler, and I'm a duck, and today I'm going to show you how to make this hot air balloon I've got here. So as you can see, it's currently ascending, and there's no underground mechanics or anything, so it can basically just fly over things if it's higher than them, and has no altitude cap, so basically I can fly however high I want without having to worry. And if I want to descend, you can double tap F, or double tap the activation button on mobile to go down by a little bit. So you didn't see much there because I only went a little bit, but you can go as far as you want. So you see I popped my levitate balloon and then I just slowly glided down like this. So it's pretty cool. So let's get straight into the tutorial. Also credit to Diamond RBX because we both worked on this balloon and we both made its mechanics, and he uploads some pretty good content. So go sub to him, he will be linked in the pinned comment. Before you build it, the only tool you will need is scale tool. So let's get straight into building it. So start off by placing any block, then a titanium block, and then delete the wood block underneath or whatever you put. And keep in mind you have to use my exact blocks or the balloon will go up or it'll just stick to the ground. So using scale set to 2, scale this out so it is a 20 by 20 square. And then on each side, just scale a row of blocks to fill it in like that. So I'm going to do it here, like this. Then 2 more to fill in this to make the bottom part of the balloon. Now that you've done that, use scale to select this block. And then you see the center dot, just place a titanium rod here, and then put a spring on it, like this, and accidentally put a thing over there. So now you want to put a titanium block on top of this, then set your move to 0.5, and place down a balloon here, and then set your scale to 1, there, it's on 1, and then scale it to the side, so this is 2 by 1 by 1. And I'm just going to paint it blue. You don't need to paint it, but I think it looks nicer. So now that you've got this blue one, you want to place down a chair, and you can set your move back to 1. So just place a chair so it can bind to it. And also while we're here, you'll want to place down your boat motors. So you want to place a boat motor there and there because you'll need 2 to move it. And now that you've done that, what you want to do is place a balloon here, and then place a switch here, because we're going to do some binding things without this tool, so you don't need the bind tool for it. So this balloon makes sure that this switch binds to it, so if we delete it, this switch is binded to nothing, and it shouldn't bind to that balloon up there. So now you can delete this chair that you placed. Then place 2 balloons with merging level red on top of here. And I'm going to paint these red. And this is the most hard part, I think. And you'll need to do the scales exactly how I do them. So this one here, just for simplicity, I'm going to paint this one green. So this green one, you want to scale it by 0.27, 0.27 scale, which is an awkward number. So you want to scale it out by this, and then this onto the other side. So it should be 1.54 after you do that. Now for the top one, set your scale to 0.16, so 0.16, and then scale it out on both sides, like this and this. So that's the main balloon mechanics done. I'm just going to repaint that balloon there. And then, after you've done that, you should see that this switch is binded to those 2 balloons. And then you can put the chair back after you see that. Now, the mechanics stuff basically is done, but if you want it to look a bit nicer, I'm just going to make a simple balloon. And if you add any customizations, make them out of plastic, or else it will sink. So for my customizations, I'm just going to flatten this piece of plastic to 0.2, Then set my scale to 2 and then scale it out so it's 12 over here. Then scale it there and 22, so I'm going to scale it in so it's 18. And then I'm just going to do the same over here. So I have an 18 by 18 square. Now on this corner, I'm going to place a block. Then scale it to 0.2. Do the same here to make this corner. And then I'm going to scale it out to both sides over here. And now I'm just going to complete the corners by doing the same here. So scale it in and scale it in. Then I'm going to use scale set to 2 just to finish off the filling in of this outer area. Now I'm going to use my 2 scale to scale this up to 18. So it's an 18 by 18 square around the entire thing. Like this. And now in any corner, doesn't matter. And by doesn't matter, I mean, it doesn't matter which corner. So you just need to scale it up like this, and scale this up so it's on top of the balloon. Then you can flatten it by 0.2, then scale it to cover the top of the balloon up with another 18 by 18 square. So this looks a little bit blocky, so I'm going to use scale tool and place a piece of plastic in the middle. Use scale 1 to flatten it, and then scale it out like this to make just this 14 by 14 square to make this bump, which I think looks nice. I'm going to do this on each side of the balloon like this. So I'm just going to do this, like this, and then I'm going to do one on the front. So flatten it, then scale it out by 2 to fill in this square. I'm going to do the same here. So I'm just going to flatten it. It doesn't matter if you don't have enough plastic for this. You can customize your balloon however you want, but you have to use plastic. So I'm nearly done. I just have to do the bottom square after this one. So I'm scaling it. And now I just do the bottom one. So place it there so it lines up with a spring. Now I'm just gonna scale it out like I normally would with every other piece. There. So this is the basic balloon mechanics. I'm just gonna give it a quick paint job because I like painting, because it makes it look nicer. And I'm gonna put these bumps to have a deeper red, and this bottom piece to have the brighter red. And I'm just gonna paint the whole thing this brown colour at the bottom. So now the balloon's done, you can just save it. So I'm just gonna save it as hot air balloon. I'm gonna save it, load it to make sure everything attaches properly. And then you can unanchor it. So to set it up, you just flick the switch to activate these 2 red balloons in here, because they act as your glide balloons so you don't fall fast if you disable your main one. So now just use F or whatever activation button you want to use. So like if you're on mobile, you just hit the light button and you see it takes off like this. So you can fly around like this. We can go over things, we fly over these trees here, and we can come down for a landing if we want to. So anyways, thank you for watching and goodbye.